Let's go straight to Paris now and speak with Philippe de Veulle. He's a lawyer over at the Paris bar. Philippe, good to speak to you this evening. Let me start by asking you what you expect to come out from this special security meeting that President Macron is holding right now. I mean, is there going to be anything substantial that's going to make any difference, you think?
First of all, good evening, and thank you for inviting me on your channel. Well, this is a Security Council, as you can see, and there are spreading 45,000 police officers all over France to control the situation. We don't know what can happen tonight. We don't know what can happen after tomorrow. It's a question that no one has an answer because the situation is very tense and worse than the riots we met in 2005. It's much more violent. And as you could see yesterday, a mayor house was attacked with a fire car at 1:30 in the morning, and the wife of this mayor was injured as his child. So we can have a drama, we can have a very tough situation, and I think that President Macron is trying to preserve a kind of a distance with what is happening on the field and with the strain of the police. Because if there is another victims, I think the situation won't be anymore under control of the French police.
Let's analyze what is happening on the field. I mean, we know that police brutality is a topic of great concern in the country at the moment. I mean, this is beyond the incident in Nanterre. I mean, there were accusations of French police using excessive force during the protests against the pension reforms that Macron put forward. I mean, do you feel that the real heart of the problem is that policing appears to be stuck in this sort of binary, like all or nothing approach?
Well, I can say that the police can be tough and sometimes they over abuse of their power. But you have to know that the police are the legitimate violence of the state, as you have in any country to preserve the civil peace. And I think these riots has nothing. We are far from the problem of police brutalities. We are now in confrontation, close to a civil war. So there is nothing like a political message. Again, the police behave, and I think we need police. So if there is a case of French police brutality, we have the justice, we have some institution, and now it's dangerous because the situation is not anymore controlled, and we can't understand why there is so fierce fights in streets, in cities, where they are burning mayor's office, why they are burning libraries, why they are burning schools. I think this is an attack to the French institution, which has nothing to see with political revendications.
Let's look at the background of the victim, and because of this, there's definitely a social side to this. I mean, when you look at sort of certain suburbs of French cities, for decades they have suffered from what you could call hyper-marginalization, perhaps the worst in Europe. I mean, we have seen evidence that people living in poorer suburbs can face more discrimination than others. Is that a fair assessment, do you think?
This is a political point of view, but as I am experienced as a French citizen, I can tell you that I'm a French teacher in law, and I teach law to students of all diversity that we have in France, and there is no problem. You have young ladies, young guys who like to work and like to have a diploma, but some of them, they don't accept to be involved in French society. Most of them, you say, in the poor place, it's not so poor. They are living off drug business, and they are making a lot of money, cash money, and they are controlling a lot of French area lost by the law. And you have to hear and to know that there is a lot of illegal weapons, war weapons, spread all over France. And they use these weapons, Kalashnikov, and they fight and they kill each other in bands, you know?
Yeah. Philippe, thanks for coming on. It's a pleasure speaking with you this Sunday evening. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.